Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Oh my goodness, look how far I almost fell off there. Oh, that wasn't good. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So today, going to talk about what looks to be another pump and dump going on here. It's funny. I was watching Meet Kevin's live stream this morning, and he's entertaining. So I watched the guy, and I'm like, he's talking about some stock, and I'm like, hey, let me go look at it. And I go look at it, and I'm like, what the hell? Might as well go take a flyer. So just before we go look at that, this is not stock advice. This is not investment advice. Do your own research. You're responsible for your own financial decisions. I am not. So let's go over here. And let me show you what I'm talking about today. We want to share this guy. Okay, so here we are. This, whatever this Ocugen is, it's kind of funny. I don't know what it is. But here we have another classic pump and dump going on. So let's try to go to a big picture here and see what's going on. So, very interesting. If you go back here, so now I'm on about a 2-year time span of all of 2019, 2020, and then a little bit of 2021. You can see that this stock had been much higher. And you can't even tell, but it's in the, 18 and 20s, call it the 20s. It was trading up there, and then it got the crap beaten out of it all the way down to, 25 cents, dollar range. And then all of a sudden now it's launching back up again. So let's do this. Let's go out even further and see what kind of a history this company has. Okay, so this company came public back here in 2015. Okay, now I can't even read these because we're on the, whatever you call it, log scale. And we've got a lot of volatility here. So let me just do this. Wow. Okay, so here's something to keep in mind. So here we have this Ocugen stock. We're zooming out. This thing went public at the equivalent of $6.50 a share. Now, you can go research this and look it up, but most likely it didn't come public at $650 a share. Most likely it came at like $20, $30, $40 a share, and it's probably done reverse stock splits. Now, I don't know. You can check on it yourself, but usually a company doesn't come public at $600 a share, right? Because they're not going to get enough interest in it at that kind of a high price unless it's really well known. So when you go back, this is a split adjusted pricing, right? So basically, if you had reverse splits for 10 to 1, then, it came public at $6 a share or something like that. So that's probably what's going on here. But so now sort of take a look at this pump and dump, and we've gone out and we're looking back to the history, the entire history. We can see that this thing has gotten the guacamole beaten out of it. It just, what came out of the gate, overhyped, I guess, just got beat up. And like, we're talking like to 1/10, 90% drop, whatever. Then it had another pump here, and then it's off here, and then it dropped through the floor, and now it's at like nothing. Okay, so now we're going to go to the daily chart, which is the most recent, to see what's going on. So one of the things to kind of keep it in perspective here, you really need to keep it in perspective. And then the other thing, just to keep in mind, look at the volume. See, here we have very low volume. Out here, let's see, this V is 982. So it'd be 982 million, I guess. No, 982,000. So if you look out here, your volume 480,000, 798,000. These are in thousands back here. Down here looking at this volume, this is in thousands. And then over here, now we're getting some volumes cranking up into 670 million, that kind of thing. And then we have that really big spikes in volume over here. So, it's always important to keep that in mind. Here you are, this thing, it's been low for a long time. And then we have this activity and you're about to get involved in the pump phase of something. You want to keep this in mind. Now, one of the things here, keep in mind too, is this area here, right in this $100 range, there's massive resistance there. Now, here's the thing. It's conceptually, there's a lot of resistance there because you had this base, and when you broke through the base, look how fast that broke through the base. And when that kind of thing happens, this becomes very strong resistance. However, the counter to that is it's very old. This is 016, 017, and here we are, 4 years later. It's like, okay, the resistance gets kind of old. Resistance from 4 years ago it's almost the people that suffered this loss where it dropped through their support level, most likely they already sold. Many of them already sold. And it's still possible that there's people out there waiting to sell, waiting for it to get back to 100. But that's where that resistance comes from. That's where that support, see, it's support in this $100 area. And that becomes resistance because all the people that were holding it at this time and hoping for it to go back up, see, like in this area here, they're looking for a W, right? They're kind of looking for a W. It didn't happen, and then it breaks through the floor. So the people that kind of got stuck holding it, if this thing ever got back up here, they would sell like in a heartbeat. So now that's the big picture. So we have to kind of keep that in mind when we go to the daily, and so now we go to the 6 month chart daily. Well, here we are, classic pump and dump stock that's kind of just this is a penny stock. This is in the 20, 30 cents, all well under $1. And it's just pumping up. The volume is just cranking up 600, 700 million. And then today I took a flyer on it. I just bought some because I was watching the Meet Kevin thing. I'm just like, what the hell? I'm going to buy some just for the heck of it. And so I got it probably around 13. So I'm up pretty good on it right now. Now, just like the other one with GME, this is going to be, my guess is it's going to be a pump and dump. So this thing's going to pump up. We don't know how far it's going to go. So let's go back to GME, see what's happening over there. So for GME, once again, this is actually, GME is interesting because it had more of an accumulation phase, all from September through November, December, January. There was a lot of accumulation going on here. You see the trend rising, and then the pump, and then it just goes crazy. So this one over here, this Ocugen, looks kind of a little different than that. It was kind of like, yeah, there was a little pump here and then it's more stable. It's like, this is a more sudden move. So the way I would think about these things is that, you gotta the quicker it goes, faster it goes up, the faster it goes down. So this thing, it may not last very long at all. So I guess here's what my strategy was. This is what I did. And I already have the conditional in, right? So I have a conditional order. If it hits a certain price, gets greater than a certain price, then I'm going to sell this thing just right out of the gate because I'm just like, forget it. I mean, I know this thing is, to me, I don't even want to hang around. It's like, look, I'm already up like a decent amount because it moved up 200% today. I didn't get that. I probably got 100% of the move, 100%. So I'm like, heck with that. You got to learn to, you get a gift like that. Take the dang thing. Don't be stupid and greedy with it. But this is what I did. I just took out there and said, hey, 15, let's call it 15, right? $15. And I said, okay, look, I'm going to sell it at 2. So I bought a conditional. The conditional's just sitting there. So if this thing gets to, and I said it just under the $30, 29 something. Hey, if we get up into that range, boom, it's going to automatically sell. So if this thing pops and goes like early in the morning before I'm awake or even logged in, boom, it's just going to sell my whole position. That's it. So that's the way I look at this, because this is another pump and dump. We are in very extraordinary times. I would recommend read Reminiscences of a Stock Operator, because this stuff is going off. This stuff is going off like orders of magnitude more than in the tech bubble where things were going crazy then. So, if you get a gift horse in the mouth and you take a little flyer on something, then I would just take your money and run. So, because that's just, you're just playing with fire with that. Well, so that's it for this one. I just wanted to kind of point that out. And, it's kind of interesting because, does anyone ever go out there? I don't know. Does like the Meet Kevin dude and the other guys do they ever bother going out like 5 years to see the history of this stock? I don't think anyone does. Everyone's like, well, no, things move fast. Things move fast. We're in the, fast food, fast everything. And it's like, well, no, it's kind of important to understand that, I think. So yeah, so let's yeah, just watch out on this one. This is, of course, once again, not financial advice. This is just what I'm doing. This is just my look at this little thing. um, you know, this is playing with fire. So, you know, if you were doing something silly with putting any significant amount percentage wise of your portfolio or money in this, you're just crazy. You're just crazy. That's all there is to it. You know, for you to take, like, you know what, if you're like, hey, you like to go to Vegas and put a little money in the craps table or play a little blackjack or a little roulette, that's what this is. That's all it is. You're not investing here. So that's it for this one. So I don't know, I'm gonna keep watching that Meet Kevin guy. We'll see how this works out. I guess I'll let you know tomorrow. All right, that's it. Bye.